All right, we're on.
Good evening. Well, welcome to the Planning and Zoning meeting for September the 1st, 2022. The first order of business will be our public hearings, and our first public hearing will be the amendment to section 405.090 standards for signs. Amendment 124. Thank you.
Good evening.
Good evening.
As a preliminary matter, I'd like to make the municipal code of the city of Warrenton, Missouri a part of the record by reference. Advertisement of this public hearing in the Warren County Record, a part of the record by reference. And all the correspondence with the city of Warrenton and the public, part of the record by reference. First item tonight is an amendment of section 405.090 standards for signs. The section 405.090 standard for signs, section A, number 11, temporary and flag signs, size, and location requirements, subsection B. Such signs will be no greater than 6 square feet per sign face in residential districts, and the current code reads 24 square feet per sign face in all other districts. We're proposing to change that to 32 square feet from 24 square feet. That's it on that one.
Thank you. Anyone speak on behalf of that?
I'm actually going to speak on this.
Well,
usually let you guys
slide on
go
that.
on stuff like that, but since I have a lot of an experience on temporary signs in this area, 32 feet, make sure you're 4x8, which is kind of the standard big sign, and so it makes it a lot easier to order your signs and not have to worry about one municipality or whether it's inside the city limits or outside the city limits. So I think it's a good rule change.
Get your name for the record.
Oh, Bart Corman, 19355 Durango Drive, Warrenton, Missouri.
Thank you. Anyone else speak on that public hearing tonight? Hearing none, we'll move on to the second public hearing, the McRoberts Motors Conditional Use Permit 87 and Site Plan 159. Mr. Starkoff, thank you.
Good evening. As a preliminary matter, I'd like to make the municipal code of the city of Warrenton, Missouri a part of the record by reference. Advertisement of this public hearing in the Warren County Record a part of the record by reference. And all the correspondence with the city of Warrenton, the public, and the developer a part of the record by reference. Second item tonight is McRoberts Motor Site Plan Conditional Use Permit SP 159 and CUP-87. Scott and Melanie McRoberts have submitted an application for conditional use permit and site plan approval for 534 Progress Parkway in Warrenton, Missouri. The proposed conditional use permit and site plan is to modify the existing conditions of the existing conditional use and allow proposed detail/wash bay, break room, and storage area to be added to McRoberts Motors building. The C3 district defines motor vehicle wash as a conditional use in Appendix A of the zoning code. The proposed one-story wash bay will be located on the west side of the existing 3-bay service garage and will be 780 square feet in size. The current conditions that were approved on Ordinance 2456 on March 19, 2019. Number 1, vehicles not for sale or kept in a fenced-in area. Number 2, no disassembled vehicles on the lot. Number 3, required the parking lot to be paved and the fenced area to be gravel. Number 4, no parking on the grass north of the sidewalk and UTVs parked on the grass only during business hours. Number 5, storage of disposal tires inside the building. Number 6, no more than 3 vehicle bays, 2 of which may have vehicle lifts. Number 7, no UTVs driven on Progress Parkway. Staff comments. Staff has reviewed the proposed conditional use permit and site plan and found the proposal is consistent with Chapter 410 subdivision regulations of the Warrenton Municipal Code. Any questions?
Thank you. Mr. Corman?
For the record, Bart Corman, Lewis and Beatty have Melanie McRoberts here, as well as Kevin Gerloff with Gerloff Design Group. It's a 1-acre site. We did this just a couple years ago. And basically we're adding 1 bay on the west side there so they can do wash and then have a little extra break room space. That's really about it, other than I do want to talk about the current conditions. We're okay with 1 through 5. 6 obviously would need to be bumped up to 4 vehicle bays and 3 with lifts. And then 7 we would like to have deleted because UTVs are now legal in the city of Warrenton, so we'd like that deleted. I'll take any questions anybody may have.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
Go ahead.
Mr. Corman, so the restriction was no UTVs on Progress Parkway, which is the roadway running off of Veterans Memorial, correct?
That is correct.
And I understand the logic of they're now legal. I guess my only concern would be how to address that, because although they are legal, there are requirements such as some kind of inspection.
These are all new vehicles, so they would have to have one that meets the city criteria when it runs on a city street. This is actually a private street, and I don't know exactly what the municipality code is on that, but on the flip side, one that is legal can drive down Progress Parkway right now. McRoberts are restricted, and they can't do that at all.
Progress Parkway is a private?
That is correct.
I've got no concerns then.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Anyone else want to speak on that public hearing? Hearing none, we'll move on to public comments. Do we have any public comments tonight? Hearing no public comments, we'll move on to our regular planning and zoning meeting, and first order of business will be the minutes from the August the 4th meeting.
I'd like to move to accept the minutes as read.
Second it.
Motion by Mr. Cooper, second by Mr. Cullum, to approve the minutes as submitted. Any further comments or questions? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Mr. Cooper?
Yes.
Mr. Priest is absent. Mr. Dieterman?
Yes.
Mr. Cornell?
Yes.
Mrs. Cheryl Cullen is absent. Mr. Costello is absent. Mr. Jason Cullen?
Yes.
Mr. Barton?
Yes.
Mr. Durbin?
Yes. Motion passes 6-0 with 3 absent and 1 vacant. We'll move on to second amendment to section 405.090, standards for signs, and amendment 124. Anybody have any questions on that? Sounds like it was pretty cut and dried, that it makes it easier on everybody, and it's not that big of a change, so.
I make a motion to approve the updates for the amendments to section 405.090 as displayed.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Cullum, second by Mr. Cornell, to approve the amendment to section 405.090, standards for signs, amendment -124. Any other further questions or comments? Roll call vote.
Mr. Cullen?
Yes.
Mr. Barton?
Yes.
Mr. Durbin?
Yes.
Mr. Cooper?
Yes.
Mr. Dieterman?
Yes.
Mr. Cornell?
Yes.
Motion passes 6-0 with 3 absent and 1 vacancy. Move on to the McRoberts Motors conditional use permit -87. We saw the list there, 1 through 7, and we're been asked to remove 6 and 7 since they really, well, not remove 6, but change 6 to 4 and 3 because of the additional bay that they're building. Is that correct? And then the 7th one, because of the new laws that's been put in place, we'll just remove that one altogether if no one has a problem with that. I think the rest of them, and I will make this comment, I remember this project very well, and everything that we asked for, they did, and it looks beautiful down there, and it's very well maintained, and it's a great site down there, and I appreciate everything you guys do down there. So,
It does look nice.
it looks very nice.
Can I also make a comment about the gravel within the gate? I think everything's paved, isn't it? So, I mean, that's a moot point of a condition on there that doesn't really need to be there as well.
Okay. Thank you for that point. Any other questions or comments about the conditional use permit -87? Entertain a motion?
I'll make a motion, we accept new changes in this property.
Okay.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Durbin, second by Mr. Detterman.
Wait.
Oh, go ahead. I'll open it up for
We
questions.
need to.
Now, would we not want to make the motion for update for the conditional use to, with the same conditions as previous except as follows?
Right.
For the third one, require the parking lot to be paved, removed everything beyond that. For the 6th one, change it to no more than 4 vehicle bays, 3 of which may have vehicle lifts, and remove 7 because it's not relevant at this time.
Very good. Thank you. So motion by Mr. Durbin to accept, and second by Mr. Detterman to accept conditional use permit by changing, as stated by Mr. Cullum there, and requested by the occupant. Any other questions or comments about that? Are we all on the same page with what's needed there? Thank you for everybody's clarification. Any other questions or comments? Roll call vote.
Mr. Cornell?
Yes.
Mr. Jason Cullum?
Yes.
Mr. Barton?
Yes.
Mr. Durbin?
Yes.
Mr. Cooper?
Yes.
Mr. Priest? And it's not here. Mr. Detterman?
Yes.
Motion passes 6-0 with one vacancy. And we'll move on to the McRoberts Motors Site Plan -159. Does everybody understand what's being, I know I met with Mrs. McRoberts one day and she discussed it to me because I was kind of, when they first said that, I thought it was going to be this, like a car wash, but that's not it at all. It's an inside bay that they're using for their own personal type of thing. Does anybody have any questions or comments about what's being done there?
No.
All right. Entertain a motion?
I would just make sure that you put the conditions, the same conditions on the site plan that are on the conditional
Can
use.
you bring those up on the screen, please? I'd make a motion to approve the site plan as submitted with the caveat that condition number 3, we remove all verbiage after the word paved. For number 6, we alter that for 4 vehicle bays, 3 of which may have vehicle lifts, and eliminate number 7, which pertains to UTVs driven on Progress Parkway.
Very good. Motion by Mr. Cornell.
Second.
Second by Mr. Detterman to approve the site plan with the following conditions that were stated by Mr. Cornell. Any other further questions or comments? Roll call vote.
Before we start, who's
Nope.
the second?
Detterman.
Mr.
Mr. Detterman.
Mr. Detterman?
Yes.
Mr. Cornell?
Yes.
Mr. Jason Cullum?
Yes.
Mr. Barton?
Yes.
Mr. Durbin?
Yes.
Mr. Cooper?
Yes.
Motion passes 6-0 with 3 absent and 1 vacancy. We'll turn it over to Mr. Struckoff if you have anything for us at this point.
We're going to have a meeting next month. Right now we have 2 projects submitted, so.
Very good. And just to remind, I'll say it publicly to remind us that, especially for us here, those that are not here, that if you know that you are going to be gone, make sure you let us know as soon as possible so we don't run into any issues. All you got to do is call Melody or Brandy or Mr. Struckoff and let them know. Mr. Hicks,
I have
What is
2. Sorry, go ahead.
What is the date of that meeting?
October 6th.
Very good.
I have 2 other things. I'm assuming that, or I hope that everybody got the inventory list that Brandy sent out.
Yep.
Melody worked very hard on that.
Awesome.
A lot of great information in there. It took her a lot of time to do that, so.
Thank you.
We're all very thankful for her doing that. The other thing is the board would like to have a meeting with the planning and zoning, a work session meeting. If you could get some dates, available dates to Brandy or Melody or myself, and we'll try to get that facilitated in the near future.
I would just stay away from Thursday.
Thursdays?
Is it every meeting organization has meetings on Thursdays, and since I'm on about 3 of those boards now, it's every Thursday. So I'm just saying, I would, instead of us calling you guys, just pick out 2 or 3 dates, take a poll, and then
Good whenever.
Tuesday or Wednesday?
whatever works best for you, we'll make it work for us, I think. So I think it's good that, we used to do that quite often, and I think with this, over the last couple of years after COVID, we've gotten away from that, and we got a lot of new board members that would really pay off for that, I think, on both sides.
Yeah.
Make sure that we're on the same page.
Tuesday or Wednesday. Yeah, what you said, Melody, I think those sound good.
Tuesday or Wednesday, okay.
Yeah,
We're looking for that next couple weeks then.
that sounds good. Well, we may be in trouble, though, because Mr. Deach has made this a motion for the last many years, and somebody want to take the responsibility? Entertain a motion for adjournment?
Does anybody know how to do it?
I don't know. He just always said so moved.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Canoyle, seconded by
Second.
Mr. Detterman to adjourn. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Have a great night. Thanks, guys.
Now I